this started out as just a charity game, but you've done so much more.
Yes.
You had a school drive in addition to now a scholarship fund.
Yes.
How helpful would this program have been during your time when you were growing up?
That's how I look at it. I look at the things that I didn't have when I was growing up and the things that I think I can help the youth with. You know, me being a PE teacher myself, so I'm still in the schools, I still see what these student athletes and these students need. So I just try to provide that gap that they didn't get and that I didn't get as a child. And ultimately, almost like being Santa Claus to our community, you know?
This episode of the Hotrod Show is sponsored by Hookah Up the brand. Very simple, very classy, very sexy. Bring the vibes anywhere you go, baby. All right, so I want to start this episode just a little bit different, man. I want to say rest in peace to O.J. Simpson, you know, Mr. C, who just passed away as well. Rest in peace to Fat Bible, who passed away. Those who follow me know about Fat Bible. Rest in peace to Zeke Way, a Flatbush, Brooklyn legend. Rest in peace to Sal Manzo, you know, a good friend of mine, a competitor of mine. And, you know, we got H20 in the building, so we can't do the RIPs without saying RIP to Marky, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Definitely got to say that. You know, welcome to the Hotrod Show. You know, it's always a lunch break from the bullshit, though. Subscribe, only if you fly. Welcome back, my God, man. Yeah. H2O, how are you? Everything healthy? What's going on?
Yeah, I'm good, man. I'm good. I want to say something. You the first person. I've done tons of interviews. You're the first person that ever said RP to Marky, my boy Marky.
Wow.
Yeah, ever. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and that's that was like that was my best friend. Not like, that was my best friend growing up. So like, you know, yo, thank you for that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're the first person to ever say RIP Marky. A lot of people don't know, you know, why I kind of do a lot of the things that I do. He's one of the main reasons why I started doing the movement, you know, with Queens Week and everything else, you know. So RP to Marky, my brother, you know what I'm saying, my best friend, you know what I'm saying, my mans, you know what I'm saying. Thank you for saying that, you know what I mean. But I've been good, bro. Just you know, on this life journey, this grind, you know what I'm saying? The everyday grind is you know, I said the endless grind to be great, you know. So that's every single day. Every day that I get the opportunity to, you know, continue to try, right? You know what I'm saying? Because that's what it's all, we all trying, you know what I mean? Or we should be trying to be better than we was the day before, the year before, you know what I'm saying? Everything got to keep leveling up. So, you know, you stay the same, you stay stagnant. So I try to literally try to be better every day. So I've been all right, bro.
Nah, that's good, man. And everything that you said, you know, just plays right into, you know, what I'm going to say next. You know what I mean? And thank you, man. Like, that means a lot that, you know, I was the first person or the only person to say that. I know one of my best friends also passed away. I don't know if that's the reason. In my spirit, I felt like I had to say it. It just felt right. You know what I mean? Because yeah, I don't want to get too emotional, but
nah, that was my man's though, bro. Like, you know, he taught me a lot of things.
Is that, you know, I named my episodes in the beginning. I'm calling this one Relentless because everything that you said, I'm seeing on the internet. You know, I went to the event and I'm seeing the things that you're saying. A lot of people don't, they just talk, you know what I mean? Or maybe they don't talk and they got action. So Relentless is a book by Tim S. Grover. You know, that's Michael Jordan's trainer. He trained a lot of basketball players. I just reread the book, so it just made sense to call it this episode Relentless.
How do you feel about books? Because like,
I read a lot of books. I listen to a lot of books, but I read some too.
Yeah, I think I have to be like an ebook person. It's hard for me to sit down, like, you know, not to go off topic, but it's hard for me to like sit down and have enough time to just like read. You know, I always try to, you know, get more knowledge from even other people, you know what I'm saying, and seek out certain things, but it's hard for me to sit down and read. But I just want, you know, as a avid reader as you are, like, you know what I mean, I wonder like how do you like, you know, kind of balance that? Like, when do you do it? Like,
Well, okay, as far as like actually reading a book, it'd probably be like it's harder to do that, but I do have physical books that I read here and there, but if I had to say, I'd probably say like 67% is an ebook, an Audible, you know what I mean? But I do have the copies at home and stuff like that.
all right.
When I get a chance, I try to read, but most of them is ebooks and stuff like that, and that's one of my favorite books. So I understand, because we in New York, so it's a lot of moving parts.
It's definitely a different place. Like when you're in New York, and it's definitely different. But yeah, I'll probably be more like the ebook person. Like when I go to the gym, I'm like listening to things like YouTubes and things like that as well too. So I'm always on that time. I'm trying to get knowledge while I'm on the move. I try to see, like, you know, like that's what an ebook does. It allows you to get knowledge while you're actually in action. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
So I fully understand that.
Yeah.
So our last episode was great, man. It was very inspirational. Great natural conversation, man.
Yeah.
The only thing that I would say is, you know, the people, because I do a lot of dating stuff and stuff like that. We didn't talk to. They want to hear more about the music, so I'm definitely gonna give them a little bit more of that before we get into the basketball stuff, because I got a lot of basketball stuff and, you know, things I want to pick your brain about. But I'm gonna give the ladies what they want first. So a lot of them wanted to know, you know, how does H2O make a woman feel loved?
By actions.
Okay.
Literally. Like, you know, and that's just how I make anyone feel loved. You know what I mean? By my actions. I can say what I'm gonna say, you know, but if it comes with no action, then what is it? So like my biggest thing is showing by like being there, being present. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of the times when, you know, when people feel like you're not, you know, into them or something like that, it's because they don't have your time. So you gotta be present for that person, you know, not just say things like, I actually, you know, the only time that I do like, you know, talk or do interviews when I'm doing interviews, you know, but, you know, or you get conversation with me, people that know me, you know, we get on the phone. Like we was on the phone the other day, like, you know, it went from like this and we just like chopping up.
Like, I'm like that too, so that was perfect. I was like, oh shit, we just talking, chopping it up right now.
Like, you know, and I'm more of a person who talks like in a car, like when I'm driving somewhere. That's the most that I have time. But like how I would personally and how I've been, you know, making a woman feel is by time, presence, and you know, showing up for them, like being there. You know, I don't even know what type of love language that is, but like if there is a love language for that, like it's just showing up, being present, and being, you know, having like a mutual respect for one another. You got to have a mutual respect in order to, you know, feel loved or feel supported.
No, that's important. I mean, if there is a love language, I can't think of it right now, that would be the most important one is time, because a lot of people use money and that's not going to do it all the time. You know what I mean?
Money's good to, you know, it shows you if you have it, right? Some people just have money. Yeah. But it means more when you don't have money, you're able to give somebody, and you'll give somebody some money. You know what I'm saying? So that kind of like is a little bit more. Like if I know somebody's giving me, you know, they're, you know, not say that they're last, but if they believe in me so much that they would do that, or if they care for me so much that they would do that because I didn't have it, then that's like, yo, you know, because that's something I would do for someone else. That if I love somebody, whether I had it or not, I'm gonna get it. So, you know, just showing up in all aspects.
Understandable.
Yeah.
So I'm going somewhere with this, right? But I want to ask you, have you ever knowingly or unknowingly taken a woman from a guy?
In my college days, I was pretty crazy, bro. Like, you know, I was the leading scorer on the basketball team, played Division I. Like, you know, I have a crazy story about that. Like, it was, I unknowingly knew at the time, but then when I found out, I didn't care. So, like, it was I was in too deep. It was too late. Like, you know what I'm saying? I was I was already now like, yo, okay, that was my ex, or that was somebody I used to talk to, and like, bro, that's your ex-girlfriend. How you still, you know, got ties to her? Like, you still, and you all in a whole nother situation. Like, you know, now that I can't unfeel how I feel now.
Yeah, you went too deep.
I'm in too deep. So that had to just be that. But unknowingly,
it's different.
Yeah, but then it was then you know how I was as well, where I knew and I'm like, I'm the leading scorer. Your boyfriend works at Walmart. So like, your boyfriend works at Walmart or Target, and I'm the leading scorer at Sac State. So it's like,
It's a no-brainer.
it's a no-brainer, and those things go through. That's what went through my mind. Like, you know, at that time, like, you know, being in college and a Division I player, you're traveling all over the world. You feel like, you know, you're invincible. So that's why, like, even sometimes when that's over, and then there's nothing to look forward to, like, 'cause you don't make it to the NBA, and then you're going trying to overseas and all that. But not to get off topic, it's just you could be on such a high, and then one day it's just over. So like, but during my high, like, you know what I'm saying, I was feeling like, yeah, I can get any woman. I can, like, so I did that. Like, you know what I'm saying? I had no names, and I have them right here, like who they were and and who they were with. I know them all, like, you know what I'm saying? But it was actually a thing, like, you wanted to, you know, if you could get somebody who was in a relationship or something like that, and you can get them.
It's kind of like a
It
game.
was like, yo, it was damn, bro.
He was
like,
on
that's
demon time.
powerful, bro. Like, yeah, that was a different time in my life. But,
So you said something. So definitely a different time in his life. I want to make sure y'all heard that.
Yeah, different time in my life.
Definitely want to make sure y'all heard that.
Let's be clear.
Make that clear.
Yeah.
You said something that I was gonna go into anyway. You know, because you said he approached you, right? So my very next question, literally, is: should men approach other men about messing with their woman or ex or whatever, anything like that?
Well, he didn't actually approach me either.
Okay.
He did it in different ways, and I'm like, yo. You know, it was a teammate of mine.
Fuck.
Yeah, it was a teammate. And so he was just like, you know, we was cool.
Did that affect like the court stuff?
It did.
Because, you know, I saw Love and Basketball, I think.
It did.
Okay, yeah.
So,
fuck.
It happened during one of the seasons. We started out like one of our winningest seasons in the program history. And then when that happened, I was like, that's the reason. One of the reasons why I was runner up for newcomer of the year and not newcomer of the year my junior year in high school, in college. I'm sorry. Like, and if you look at the numbers, and now you look at the numbers, the last 8 games of the season, I started every game. The last 8 games of the season, I didn't start my junior year in Sacramento State. You know, the team, it was like we kind of like imploded because of it. And again, like I was in too deep at the time, and you know, it becomes like you against that person, or you know, the team, and you bring me to something like my junior year. I kind of felt like I was alone. All the dudes from Cali, I was the only one from New York.
Mm-hmm.
They all kind of they kind of all took sides, and you know, but at the end of the day, it was I chose who I cared for at the time, and you know, and that was that. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like it was me against the world at that point in time. So, and that's one of the main reasons why you know, like I said, why I was runner up from newcomer of the year and not newcomer of the year, and we didn't make the NCAA tournament that year. So like that was my junior year, and yeah, everybody knows who they were and who it involved and stuff like that. But unknowingly, and then when I knew, it was too late. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you already formed a relationship, you already was in too deep, and that happened. So,
I mean, it happens to the best and the worst of us, man. That kind of goes into like, I asked you this because, you know, we got to talk music. Mm-hmm. Allegedly, I guess the whole Drake Future Metro Boomin thing was over a situation like that. Somebody sleeping, you know, with somebody's girl or something like that. Have you heard the diss records and stuff like that with Drake and
I heard the Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah, that Lamar. Like you heard the song?
Yeah, I did. I heard it, and it came out of nowhere.
Yeah,
in the public,
it's a lot of people dissing him on that tape in general.
Dissing
like
Drake?
Right now, yeah, a lot of people dissing Drake right now.
I saw 50 just posted something about.
That's his response.
Did Drake respond?
Yeah, that's his response.
Okay, so yeah, Drake is a little he's a beast. I didn't hear Drake's response.
Okay,
so this is going off of okay. Like Drake is Drake, bro.
Yeah,
like I like Drake's music. Like, you know what I'm saying? I think, people kind of try to shit on Drake or whatever, feel like, oh, he's an actor, he's this. Bruh, like, I like wrestling too. So I know it's fake. I know it's not real, but I like storylines, I like this, I like that. Like, at the end of the day, bro, if he does a better job at, putting together a song and making you feel good, even whether it's like, this or that, like Drake is really good at that. You know what I'm saying? But people try to, come at him, a lot of times. And like people get mad when people are on top, but not to get off topic, we were talking about the diss records, right? So I didn't really know what was going on. I just heard like Kendrick Lamar come out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere. That's what everybody's
like Kendrick, like what?
What?
Like, you know what I'm saying?
But
so
okay,
and then
so
J. Cole with the
that's another thing. So that's another so supposedly, allegedly, whatever the case may be, the whole Big 3 thing in the first shooter, whatever. I'm messing up the song, but I love J. Cole. I think it's a song they got together. He says that the Big 3, and J. Cole is talking about he's a numero uno and shit like that. And he rapped his ass off on that song with Drake or whatever. And that's the reason why Kendrick is dissing them. And then like you said,
you swagging out like, you not even, if you taking that as, as a diss, that means you feel something. I think everybody's supposed to feel like they the number one.
Agreed. I just think he's just trying to make everybody's too buddy. I feel like I think that's how he feels. That's why he always has these diss records where he kind of shakes stuff up. Let's get back to being competitive and stuff like that. You say you the best. Okay, cool. Now I'm taking shots at you, and let's see who is the best. That's why I didn't like the apology. What
did he say? What did he came out, or did he like?
It was at the Dreamville Fest, at the festival, at the show, and he comes out, and I forgot what he said word for word, but he's giving Kendrick props and stuff like that, and he's talking about, it was the lamest shit he ever did. He didn't want to do it and all that stuff. I'm like, bro, this is a competitive sport.
That's the LeBron era, though.
Yeah,
it's the LeBron era. People people are. And again, I think you're a LeBron fan. But it's the LeBron era. You know what I'm saying? LeBron made competition
obsolete
friendly.
A little bit. Yeah.
He made competition friendly.
It's kind of whack though, because it's so like whack. You want to see
I want to see them
these guys
go at each other.
Yeah.
I don't want to see, people buddy. But again, even at the end of the, I just as a basketball player, afterwards you dap up and everything like that. That's we can even hang out.
Yeah.
Some of my biggest competitors that, we hang out but when we on that court, bro, I don't want to play with you. I don't want to play on your team. I want to play against you. So, like, I don't understand, like, where, and sometimes when you do, because when you play with other really, really good players, it's good, right? It's easier, though. And what it does to you is make you defer a lot. So you're not even the same person that you are. Somebody's going to have to give up who they are to fit in other than standing out. Meanwhile, your whole career, you stood out. So now you got to fit in. And that's even harder. Like, that's why, like, even Russell Westbrook, he's had issues with it.
Yeah.
He's doing a little bit better now with the Clippers.
Yeah.
But it was forced. He got less money. He pretty much, like, got demoted.
Would you say LeBron had anything to do with that? Like him being, because allegedly it's hard to play.
It's very hard to play with LeBron James.
You're not the first person to say that to me. A lot of people said that to me.
It's probably one of the. I would hate to play as if I was a prime scorer or this. I would literally hate to play with LeBron James. He does so many things good. Don't get me wrong, but he does other people's jobs. He takes people's jobs from them.
Yeah, he takes people's jobs from them.
He took Rondo's job from him. He had George Hill. When I say he takes their job, Rondo
he just does what they do.
He's a point guard.
Yeah.
Rondo is a pure point guard.
Yeah.
LeBron, leave the ball alone. George Hill, pure point. He had these guys spotting up. I remember I went to a Laker game and I've watched Rondo miss 4 threes in a row. He was wide open for a reason because that's not his thing.
Yeah,
LeBron's kicking out Rondo's wide open. Bang, ding. But you got Rondo as a spot-up shooter. I saw Rondo get the ball off the break, and then LeBron's like this, yo, jumped in front of him. So you're taking away from people's...
From what they do well.
superhero aspects, right? And then LeBron, he's a hell of a passer. He's this. That takes away from your point guard. It makes people defer. It makes people like Kevin Love become a spot-up shooter. Josh Smith only become a spot-up shooter. Kyrie Irving was not having it, and that's why Kyrie Irving left. I'm out. I'm not going to win. I win. And Kyrie went wild against the Warriors.
We're going to talk about him this season, too.
Won the games for them. But LeBron gets all the praise.
Yeah,
I don't want to
hit that shot. See, but all right, was it? It was a collective effort, though,
for sure.
But LeBron does kind of get the praise.
For sure, he gets all the praise. And when they lose, he needs new teammates. He needs new teammates. Yo, they wash. Yo, they can't. Yo, like even with the Lakers, he got AD. This person, Ashimura coming from. What more do you need? Yeah. If you're the guy, what more do you need? And I didn't want to get on LeBron, but he did a lot of the stuff that's happening. It's the friendly thing. J. Cole apologizing. Yeah. Apologizing for killing somebody on a record.
You know what's funny? I believe he deleted the diss record from streaming platforms, and the diss record it kind of overshadowed the tape that he has, and then the tape is called Might Delete Later, which is kind of funny. You know what I mean? Yeah. And then I think that Future and Metro Boomin have like a deluxe version of the album, and then J. Cole is on it. So it's a lot going on with that big circle or cipher of rappers. So.
They're all cool though. You know what? I can see where J. Cole is coming from, because you don't want to feel.
Nah, man.
No. In a sense,
you gotta rap. You gotta own it. You gotta rap.
He
too nice.
Own it and rap and rap, right? Own that. But in this day and age, ain't nobody about to do nothing, right?
No, I'm cool with that.
No, they're not about to do anything but feel uncomfortable in a space. So now J. Cole here, Kendrick here, and they gotta be uncomfortable. They gotta act like they don't like each other. They don't rock with each other because of this record. Now, if you said all that stuff to me and now you see me, it ain't gonna be cool. So J. Cole probably on some, I want, I don't want to feel uncomfortable in a comfortable space.
It's gonna be uncomfortable anyway now. The diss record was already out. It was hot. You know what I mean? It's like we want to see you guys crash and bump heads and on wax.
I wanted to see LeBron and D-Wade go at it.
I want to see them go at it. Well, they did
that's what I'm saying. I wanted to see that. I never wanted to see them on the same team.
I wanted to see LeBron and Kobe in the finals.
This is what I'm saying. Yeah, what I mean by that is, when he came to the Miami Heat, I never wanted to see the GOAT, right, playing with someone else who literally D-Wade had rings, a ring before him.
Yeah, with Shaq. Yeah,
with Shaq.
Yeah.
He
did his thing. I'm just throwing that out there.
So I didn't want to see, now they're on teams.
It came out that was allegedly planned. That was for Kobe, because the things that Kobe was doing. I saw something like that on the internet.
I mean, Kobe picked up Paul Gasol. He picked up,
and Kobe's a beast.
But these were players who they got Paul Gasol for Kwame Brown. That was crazy.
That was a steal.
I don't know how that happened, and then the NBA blocked Chris Paul from going there. That was crazy.
I feel like they don't want him to pass Jordan, because he gets Chris Paul. We're talking 2-3 rings easily, because he takes so much responsibility away from Kobe. Now it's like, okay, just go out there and you don't have to worry about setting people up. You don't like to do that anyway.
Kobe's okay with playing with a point guard.
Exactly.
He had Derek Fisher for years. He was able to. Kobe was A-okay with letting a point guard do his point guard thing.
Now, had he get Chris Paul,
it's over.
The word's not ready.
And that
for
was Chris Paul when he was Chris Paul.
You
know what I mean? People see Chris
Charlotte.
Paul now, yeah.
What was it? Charlotte? Right?
He was with the joint New Orleans.
Yeah,
New Orleans, because remember the team didn't have an owner.
No, it was Charlotte when he was on the Hornets, because he had the blue jersey with the purple.
Remember when what happened with Katrina and everything?
Okay, got you.
Yeah, so he was in New Orleans, and I think they had a vacant. They didn't have a owner, and the NBA stopped it, because they're like, oh, this is not fair.
It's not fair.
It's low key not, because this franchise doesn't have anybody who's speaking up for them, so they're about to lose their franchise player for peanuts, and you know what I'm saying. But that happened. So, that was back in the day, Chris Paul still on the ring hunt. I thought he was going to get one in
Yeah, it's over.
with the Spurs.
I hate to say it, and I like
but
Chris Paul. A lot of people talk bad about him. I like Chris Paul. I will always like Chris Paul, but it's over.
Yeah, with the Warriors, I never saw it working.
Me neither. And they don't like.
I
like to see them go
like
at each other. Yeah, they don't. Draymond don't like nobody, but whatever.
And then bringing Chris Paul, who hates Steph Curry, he hates him.
Cliff Paul, you know what I mean? And then they had the commercials together and stuff like that. He's kind of taking it. No, I want to see you guys compete against each other. 100%. I want to see the shimmies and stuff like that.
Yeah,
like
they're not too far off in age either. But
but balling for peace, man.
More than 400 students from across New York are hooping for a purpose at the Springfield Gardens Educational Complex in a game aimed at providing outreach to inner city youth.
I want to just give these guys the opportunity that I didn't have and to give them during this time.
Haran Hargrave is a former D1 athlete and the founder of Ballin for Peace, who says that as a troubled youth himself, he's made it his mission to help teens, giving them resources to stay out of trouble.
Amazing event. I remember the first day I was tired. I stayed as much as I could. The second day, definitely had a blast.
Yeah.
The Cardoza team.
Yeah.
They sat right next to me and my homeboy. And I'm sitting there talking to one of the kids, right? He's got the wild hair. I think he's the point guard, dark-skinned one.
Oh, yeah.
So we having regular conversation, bro. Regular conversation about the game before that game. Then he gets on the court and goes crazy.
Yo.
I'm like, yo, you like the... What?
Yo, bro, that
he's
dunk.
humble. I'm like, that team is unfair, bro.
That dunk.
The shooters.
Yo, they lost in the PSAL. They lost. They were undefeated. And they lost to Far Rockaway.
I mean,
and they probably they bully balled them.
Yeah.
A little bit, probably, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They were home and they were undefeated. So I know Coach LeClario was sick about that. But yo, man.
Great team, great event.
I go all out for my stuff, man. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, it's whether I have a sponsor, I don't have a sponsor. What you're gonna get is a top-notch event. You know what I'm saying? We're able to give out scholarships. Shout out to Makai Jackson from Wagner.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He won the scholarship, right?
Yep, I was speaking to him the
shouts
other
out to
day.
him.
We're gonna have him. We're gonna honor him as well again. Hopefully we're gonna figure out what school he's going to for the upcoming fall season as well too. Wagner played very well this year, but people didn't know.
I remember a lot of, not to cut you off, but I'm trying, because there was a lot of teams both days.
Yeah.
I remember a lot of teams from the Bronx kind of killing for some reason.
Yeah, we had teams from all over, all boroughs, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Doing something like that and putting on for, the city is it's a great feeling. It's a great feeling. So shout out to Owen. A lot of more people know them now, but Josh Hart is a brand ambassador for them. He also he's a partner. Josh Hart, him and the Knicks been killing and everything like that. So people, and Justin Timberlake.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, I do remember you saying that.
Justin Timberlake and Josh Hart. Those are the two like brand ambassadors.
Very odd.
Yeah, very odd.
I ain't see that coming.
Shout out to Owen. These things come from conversation. Shout out to my guy Les Green. He's the CEO of Slam. Like, these are like regular conversations. I meet somebody and then, we kind of just be talking and, yo, what do you do? And then,
networking.
And that's how that happens. And now, like, some of those people are, there's people who know me for over 20 years, never gave me $1 towards my organization.
That's something, and I love my friends. That's something that I notice, people that you meet. And I saw something on Instagram one time. I don't know if I said this to you before, but I try to say this to people a lot. It's like imagine like H20, you got all these talents and all these beautiful things that you're doing, right? You're like a light. So like the people closest to the light kind of get blinded to the light. But then the people you meet, you're now meeting them.
Sure.
Huh? They're like so far from the light, so it's kind of easier, or whatever the case may be. It was something like that, and that kind of stuck with me. So it allowed me to understand, like, okay, this is why new people are. It's easier for them to invest, and it's harder for people that are closer to the light to see it. You know what I mean? So I was just like, Yeah.
I get it. And just because you know me in the 5th grade don't mean you know me now. You know what I'm
Oh, yeah,
saying?
completely
real
different
talk.
person.
Like, you know, you knew me in elementary school, people's mindsets are like that. Even my sister, my older sister, she still looks at me as her little brother. In a sense. Like, you know what I mean? There's certain things that and she knows, shout out to my sister.
Yeah, shout out to
but
sister.
she looks at me, and I've never said it to her, but there's certain things she still looks at me as her little brother. And I'm like, I'm a grown man who's doing grown man stuff, like, you know, and it kind of gets in the way of things. Cause my sister, like people in my family do amazing things as well too. And you know, it's kind of weird, like, you know what I'm saying, when you don't have that full-fledged support that you would need, even from people who's closest to you who are actually doing things. You know, they'll actually help or support somebody, a stranger, quicker than somebody that they know is already doing stuff. And
I see that all the time.
It's weird. But you know, Elite 32, Elite 32 was insane. Shout out to my boy Thomas for the whole rebranding of our high school classic. That was all intentional. You know, seeing more of the banners and the
the pictures. You took a lot of pictures.
Yes.
Yeah, I saw it all, man. I just didn't want to really interrupt. Like, oh, hey, I see you doing your thing. So I'm just like, you in that zone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I know what that's like. So I'm like, yeah, you doing your thing.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So
having the Knicks come out and having John Starks come, and the significance of that, he played
John
with
fucking Starks, bro.
He played with Anthony Mason.
Yeah.
And Anthony Mason went to Springfield, where my mother taught, and the court is named after Anthony Mason.
Look how that come full circle.
So it's full circle. John Starks is there, so that's a real thing, and those are done. That was strategically done. You understand? So now, hopefully, the Knicks will do more next year as well too. But shout out to them. Shout out to Slam. Shout out to Owen. Shout out to Clash TV. Shout out to all the people. Shout out to ESPN. Well, you know, I'll be going up to their office pretty soon as well too. You know, doing some interviews and just tapping in with them and their youth organizations that they have going on as well. But yeah, the Elite 32 it outgrew even what I thought it could be. Getting 32 people somewhere, let alone 32 high schools, and getting the schedules, and people don't know how hard that is. Getting college coaches to come out, getting, you know,
I can't get my friends to go on vacation together.
100%.
So you the man, bro.
So I appreciate that, man. But it's real hard work, you know. And I got one of my boys. He I always say, yeah. And when I'm doing this, sometimes I can feel like I'm alone. You know what I'm saying? Because it won't move unless I move it. Sometimes, you feel me? So but it was everything I wanted to be and more. Shout out to Pix 11. Shout out to News One. And these are relationships. I call these people. You know what I'm saying? I text these people. Make sure that they, you know, pull up for a great cause. You know what I'm saying?
Now, I know, was it April 25th? We back in Springfield High School.
Yeah.
I believe it's from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m.
Yep.
6th grade to the 8th grade, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
You know, Ballin for Peace presents, you know, the NYC Elite 32 Middle School Classic. So we're doing it again, you know, the 6th to the 8th graders. I love to see it. I love to see the competition. I love to see you taking kids, like I said, the first time we spoke, you know, taking them off the street, showing them positivity and stuff like that. I will be in the building.
Yeah,
you know, I'm gonna come after work and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Again, so I'm looking forward to that. You know what I mean?
It was so how that came about was I typically wasn't, you know, looking to do middle school, but how that came about was the success of the high school classic. The principal, Mr. Anderson, hit me up like, yo, you know, the PSAL isn't doing anything for middle school this year. So, and they have middle school in the high schools. Like high schools is crazy now. Like these big schools like are broken up into so many schools now.
Yeah. That's a big school.
Yeah, it's huge. It's huge. They got like 5-6 schools in one now. So he hit me up and was like, yo, let's do middle school. And so we currently have 12 teams. I wanted to get up to 16 for the one day, but we're good with 12. You know, at least we'll have quality over quantity. You know what I'm saying? And it'll be really, really good. How we're gonna do it is like a round robin. Everybody play at least 2 games, and then we'll take the top teams into, you know, Elite 8, Final 4, championship. all in one day. So it's gonna be super dope. Looking forward to it. Looking forward to helping the middle school, because imagine you playing in middle school, you're playing on a high school court, and now you're like, yo,
The lights is bright.
Lights is bright. So it's always dope, So, and I'm always looking to kind of do more. And from that, we're gonna start doing AAU. We're gonna start our Ballin' for Peace AAU tournaments, and also our Always On program. We're gonna call
Always
it
On
Always
program.
On.
Okay.
Always On. You know what I mean? We want to do stuff all the time, and that's where leading up to getting our own building. I have, I'm not like, I don't like to talk about the things that I'm gonna do, because I'm currently building it every single day, and then some people will be like, oh, he was talking about that back then. Like, that's why I like to just boom, and it's here.
Oh,
Now it's like, oh, whoa, like you got a community center? Like, you really opened the Peace Center? Like, it can go two ways, where it doesn't happen right away, and they're like, oh, he been talking about that forever. Or like, oh yeah, he been talking about that forever, and it actually happened.
Exactly.
You understand? So it's two different ways. But as long as my mental, my brain is always on these things, right? So we have our Always On program. We're gonna start doing more in-school programming, and we're starting with certain schools and things of that nature. But those are the focuses. We just locked in a grant writer. All these years we've been kind of, that situation's been finicky. There's been, too much overhead. You know what I mean? We can't afford it.
Yeah.
These people with these retainers and stuff like that, it doesn't even make sense. How can I commit to giving you $5,000 a month if we're not bringing that in?
They don't care about that.
With revenue. You know what I'm saying? It's like, so, and then people, oh, you can apply for grants yourself. I'm not a grant writer. You know what I'm saying? I want to put the people who are in position, who do these things and they're great at it, to do it. There's people who do pro bono work. There's people who do pro bono work with people that they don't have to do pro bono work with.
Mm-hmm.
People who have millions and billions of dollars and they're doing pro bono work with them. I think if you do pro bono work, it should be with organizations and companies that, need it. You understand? And they know who they are as well too. I've gotten calls like, oh man, I'll do the Boys and Girls Club. Boys and Girls Club don't need your help. You know what I'm saying?
That's a household name.
It's a house. You know what I'm saying? PAL doesn't need your help.
Household name.
YMCA doesn't need your help.
They've been around too long.
100%. So they know the game. They know how to. And it's as you grow, and I've been growing, and now our business been growing. It's a whole nother level of it's a next level, and then it's a next level of disappointment as well too. Because you'll get into these spaces where you think like, okay, if I do X, Y, and Z, I can go here. And it's like, nah, it don't happen that way, So you got to be around some more BS, you know what I'm saying? And then you got to figure that out. And then you got to go over that hurdle. So it's
different level, different devils, man.
Different level, different devils. And I see why people quit. I understand why people quit. Because winning is hard. It's not easy. It's not easy being great. It's not easy being consistent. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people don't have they don't. And not to say people can't even consistently work out.
Yeah, it's the grit.
And
you gotta want it.
Yeah, it's something for you to. If somebody can say, "Hey, eat these greens or eat this 5 days a week, and you'll get a 6-pack," they won't do it.
Nope.
They won't do it. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you eat these greens or whatever. I'm just, using an analogy. You eat this, or do this. Run, for 3 minutes just around the block for, you know what I'm saying? And you'll have a healthier life.
It's not gonna happen.
Do it.
It's not gonna happen.
They won't do it.
So I know June 15th, right? We got the Ballin' for Peace 8th annual celebrity charity basketball game.
That's a long title. I've been for years. I've been trying to cut it down. It's the Ballin' for Peace 8th annual celebrity charity basketball game
at John Jay College.
At John Jay College.
The title's a sentence.
It's a sentence. And I know that.
I
people,
wasn't expecting
know
you to
what I'm
say
saying?
that.
Like,
That was,
no, of course
that
not.
was the furthest thing from my brain.
Bro,
I didn't even
but
care about it till you said it.
But as someone who's a creator, I'm a creator, bro, and I know it. And it's a long.
Yeah, boy,
but
so that's
people
a
need
long title.
People need to know what it is.
Yeah.
And it's not just a celebrity game. It's a charity game. It's a fundraiser, right? And then they need to know how long we've been doing it. I don't want to just say Ballin' for Peace celebrity basketball game. I don't want to say that. You need to know how long we've been doing it. You need to know the organization that's doing it. And you need to know that
we raising
it's
funds.
a charity.
You need to know that.
We're raising funds. And it takes money to do these things. It's not like
100%.
John Jay is giving me anything.
Not at all.
No place that I've ever done an event at has given me the time. And that would be great because we can raise more funds that way. But with or without it, we're going to the doghouse. That's what it's called, the doghouse. We're going to John Jay, the doghouse.
It's interesting too because it's not just a game. Doors open at 3 p.m. by the way.
Sir.
But,
Yes, sir.
It's not just that game. You got I saw when I looked in the link, you got the 3-point contest. You got the dunk contest.
Yep.
You got an all-star game.
So
and
this-
then it's the celebrity
So this
basketball
year, what
game.
we're
It's a lot.
doing-
It's the all-star weekend for
All in one.
yeah, for us.
So it's our all-star weekend. And then we have vendors. So I like the
course.
layout at John Jay. So the vendors are going to actually be able to see the game now.
Okay.
So you're going to be able to actually get your stuff and be on one accord. Because John Jay, they have 2 courts. So we're renting both basketball courts. And they have one auxiliary gym, and they have like a big divider.
Yeah.
So we're gonna
So it's right next to each
divider.
other.
Yeah, we're gonna raise the divider up so people can walk and get their refreshments or this or buy the merchandise and all that. And this will be the first time that we're ever on the same. Usually the people don't have to leave and go out the basketball gym. Because usually, like when we were at Lehman College, they had to go outside and then get the stuff
And then
the
come back.
vendors, and then they come back in, and then so now everybody's gonna be in the same vicinity, which I'm looking forward to that. I think that'd be cool. We're also gonna have some skybox seats now. You know what I mean?
Okay,
Those are
okay.
the VIP seating. We're gonna have some food and some drinks.
You know
and
I'm
everything
coming.
For that. Yeah,
you know I'm definitely coming.
Yeah, so those are what are out now. We have the skybox seating right now too. I get excited for these things, man. But shout out to John Jay.
Shout out
My
to
mother
John
went
Jay.
there as well too. She got her master's in criminal justice there. She was a social studies teacher. I do a lot of these things strategically, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of them come back.
Unadulterated genius, bro.
Yeah, 100. A lot of them come back to like my mother as well too. So my mother went there. My niece was in the academy. She's she works for the NYPD as well too. And then I get law enforcement involved as well too, and that's their stomping grounds. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
Like that's where they do their academy and everything like
Yeah.
that too. So when it comes to picking these colleges, there's always something that it's going through my mind as well too. And I like to do them at colleges because when you do things at a place that maybe costs a little bit more, people treat it a little differently. I'm not just saying it's at like a rinky-dink, like hole in the wall spot or something. Hey, and even it also makes celebrities feel better about where they're going. Where it's at. One of the first, where's that? Like, you know what I'm saying? Yo, where's it gonna be at?
Yeah.
Yo, who gonna be? What? Who? I was at John Jay. Oh yeah, they feel safe.
Mm-hmm.
You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
that's
They feel
important.
good.
That's
yeah,
important.
for sure.
That's
You know.
important.
And then somebody was saying at the last event at the I had the state troopers.
Oh yeah, you had a lot of people in there.
I
I'm
had
like, oh
public
damn.
safety. I had the NYPD. I had the
Everybody.
undercover detectives. And they're like, you got mad. One of the things with that is I want people to feel comfortable being around them, because we don't feel comfortable around police
Each other.
officers. And that
Let alone
it's a
police.
fact. And it's I want people to know that they're regular human beings too. Shout out to my boy Kai Bowen, Lieutenant Bowen. You know what I'm saying? We do a lot of stuff together. You know what I mean? Shout out to all of my officer brothers and stuff like that. I'd rather have them involved with what I'm doing than not.
Yeah.
I'd rather have them
Because then
involved with something.
everybody's, everything's gonna go well as far as like no violence, no
100%.
nonsense, don't
And
mess
then
this up.
You also don't want to.
It can't be Ballin for Peace without him.
100%. And then you also don't want to feel like your joint gonna get shut down or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like people, I've lived and learned from not having them involved and then worrying about, the noise permit or this and it's too loud. It's like, hey, okay. All right, yeah, I got the blue chips with me. Oh, okay, all right, cool, yeah. Like, I got Lieutenant. No problem.
No problem.
So no problem.
It's that
bro.
easy.
Like, so it's that easy. So a lot of the time we run away from that. You know what I'm saying? So I bring the problem to, where we're trying to solve it. So at the end of the day, having more law enforcement around the event, I probably, in the beginning, I remember how it felt. It felt a little bit weird, but it grew on me like it grew on my peoples who come out. So yeah.
Before we get out of here, man, I got a bunch of questions about basketball, stuff that I wrote down, and I'm very curious how you're gonna respond. So I know you're big on the Knicks, and I'm sorry for the loss of I forgot his name. I'm messing up.
Julius Randle.
Yeah, Julius Randle.
So okay, my before you even ask me, I feel like they're playing great.
I do feel like they're playing great. But I think the chances are better with him. You think it's better without him?
No.
Really?
I don't. Jalen Brunson's the guy.
100%.
Jalen Brunson goes down with nowhere.
Okay.
That's the one piece that we can't miss.
So so being that you said that, what do you feel like are their chances of beating Boston and making it to the championship? Boston's tough.
They're tough.
They're a good team.
They're a good team.
They're a good team.
Right? On paper, right? On paper, they just took everything a little bit more serious, right? They took the game. They did what they had to do. Listen, hear me out. I watch basketball, bro. I watch the game. I understand basketball. I play the game at a high level. The Knicks if they go to the finals, I can see them in the finals, bro. I can see the New York Knicks in the NBA finals. And call me a super fan, because I'm not a super fan. I'm a fan of the New York Knicks, but I understand if they're whack, they're whack. Right? If they're not good, I know they're not good. They're not good enough.
I know people that's been saying, next year's our year.
No. Those are fans.
Oh my God. That's why I'm like, okay.
Those are like fans of, they're
not realistic.
They're not realistic.
Okay.
But watching the game, watching the NBA.
Right now.
Seeing everybody.
They're good.
They're good. They're good. Listen, this dude, and he's not even in the top 10 in MVP voting. Jalen Brunson. He carried a team who did not have their leading scorer, right? Randall, right?
Yeah.
Who was out. Then you had Mitchell Robinson out. You had OG in and out of the lineup. Like, you know what I'm saying? He came, he played great. But then also, they got rid of RJ Barrett and quickly. That was some of their stable people who they thought, you know what I'm saying? So they made adjustments on the fly. They had to take out Dante, Quentin Grimes was starting. They put Dante DiVincenzo in. He breaks the 3-point. Bro, this team is really, really good.
Yeah.
People are looking at them because they're the New York Knicks and not giving them that.
Of the past. They're looking at
from
the past.
The past.
Yeah, that's what they're looking at.
That would not have won these 4 games in a row. And if they win this 5th game, they win 50 games. They haven't won this many games since 2012, 2013 when Melo and they had Kurt Thomas and all of these people and Jason Kidd was still playing. Like again, at the end of the day, I'm looking at it from a basketball standpoint. This is a team. This is a team that when people are out, they can still win. This is a team that doesn't believe in load management. So they're gonna win games with or without their best. They're almost like the Spurs. And in a sense of how
next man up. Next man up.
Next man up.
Okay.
Pop, they ain't worried about if Ginobili couldn't play.
Next man up, 100%.
Tony Parker couldn't play. Okay, we're going to throw somebody else in there.
Because it's a system.
It's a system.
That's what I tell my friend all the time. They got a system, bro.
The Knicks have, And people, again, they don't want to give them credit. They're a different team. It was games, it was times I go and, man, if I don't watch the Knicks game, they're going to lose. This is how my mental, my brain,
that's, you know.
like, yo, as a fan, man, I got to watch it. I could not watch the game, look at the ticker, and not even be as excited as it used to be because they're supposed to win these games.
Mm-hmm. Which is a different feeling for a Knicks fan.
100%. So, like, I'm in a, you know, and I've been in the trenches with them. You know, I started out as a Chicago Bulls fan when I was a little boy, but when I went to college, people are like, how did you become a Knicks fan? When I went to school in California, I'm like, yo, I'm from New York, man.
Yeah.
And, you know, so, like, I started liking the Knicks. And that's how it just happened. And then, you know, my whole family liked the Knicks. But my uncle's a big fan. You know, he has, like, Knick memorabilia all over. He has a Knick room. It's, like, you know, it's crazy. But, yeah, so I really enjoy watching him now. Jalen Brunson, I think he should have way more consideration for MVP this year. And
I think so, too. He's definitely one.
And especially if they finish in that second seed. If they could finish in that second, you know, they lock in that third seed, tied with the second place.
I don't think they're going to give it to him, though, bro. I think they're trying to give it to
Jokic.
That's what I'm saying.
Like,
I think they're trying to give it to Jokic. I would like, if it's not those two, I would like Shea to get it. I like him, too. I like his game.
Mm-hmm.
I like that kid.
OKC, nobody expected anything from him.
It's that same thing. You see what I'm saying? So if you give it to Joker again, it's like,
what are we doing?
Does he really deserve it? Like,
what is it, 3 years? Like, what, 3 years now? What did he win? Yeah, but anyway, I think there's a lot more people who are deserving of the award, and you shouldn't just go down. That goes back into, like, the grants. Mm-hmm. There's people, Ms. Johnson, who's been doing, you know, been applying for grants for 30 years. You don't even know what she's doing anymore. She applied, you're approving. You get a new organization who applies, they denied her. Why am I denied?
It doesn't make sense.
Like, how? How am I denied? You have money. I put in this app. App is great. You know, I show all my programs. Why no? Like, I'm a tourist. I hate the word no. Like, no is the worst word that in the vocabulary. In the dictionary, it's the worst word that you can say to somebody because it's over. Done. No. Not a maybe. Yeah. Not let me see.
It's not happening.
It's not happening. No.
Clear cut.
So it's like, why am I a no? You understand what I'm saying? Like, how does, you know, why, like, what happened that made me a no? That's how I want to know that. You know what I'm saying? So, like, it goes a little bit deeper than that. But no is final. So if I tell somebody no, I mean it. You understand what I'm saying? It's not like it's a no now and it's going to change later. No, it's no.
It's like, it's definite.
So that's how,
there's no confusion. You know what it is.
I never present myself to be allowed to somebody to say no. And that's why, like, even you talk about relationship, that's why, like, even me, if I don't feel that thing, that energy, like, you know, even going up to a girl and talking to her in a club setting or something like that. If she got like 10 of her friends and all that shit, that's a setup. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, she probably gonna say no, even though I could be the flyest dude in the world.
She gonna say no just
cause. She probably might just say no. So I'm not gonna put myself in that position. I'm not gonna give you an opportunity to tell me no. You understand?
Very calculated.
Yeah, 100%.
Like I'm not everything.
I'm not gonna give you an opportunity to deny me, and then you know that. Yeah, H20. Yeah, like yeah.
He tried to talk to me.
You gotta holler at me.
What? That's
no
how you feel?
No one can say that. They're not gonna be able to say that because I already felt that yes even before. Like, and it made me go and approach, or it made me go and do what I was gonna do because I felt it already. I'm not gonna go and rogue and be like, yo. It's an energy thing, like you said. But then again, thinking it from another perspective, what's the worst that can happen?
Is a no.
All right, cool. Then I'm all right. But I'm strategic in how I go at certain things. You know, business-wise, you hear no all day. Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm shooting.
You're going to get a couple no's so you get that, yes.
I'm shooting all over the place. I'm trying to get with this organization, this, that, whatever. So, yeah, so I'll put myself out there. But personally, nah. It's an energy thing. I'm not going to put myself out there and I feel a vibe is off. You understand what I'm saying? So, yeah.
So, I've been looking at a lot of basketball conversations that I've seen on the internet, and I'm very curious about what your answers are going to be. So, damn, where do I want to go? Okay, so top 5.
Top 5.
Like we got a couple of those.
Yeah.
I want to say not scorers, like bucket getters, like just scorers of all time, pure scorers of all time. Because I seen somebody's list and I'm like, this guy.
Top 5 bucket getters all time. We're gonna go Allen Iverson. We're gonna Carmelo Anthony.
I knew that was gonna be in there.
Kobe Bryant.
Okay.
Michael Jordan. And last but not least, my 5th all-time bucket getter. And this is maybe a surprise. I have a guy in mind. I didn't see the person who I want to say. I didn't see him enough. But yeah, I'm gonna go Karl Malone.
Really?
Karl Malone was a bucket getter.
He definitely was. I just wasn't expecting you to say that. But who was the other? Is that the person you were talking about?
No, I was gonna say Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Okay. I mean, that hook shot was kind of unstoppable. So
I didn't see him enough.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Yeah, right? I didn't see him enough either.
I didn't see him enough,
say that.
but I saw Karl Malone. He's a player that I watched when I was young and the Bulls played the Jazz. Jazz always gave me like, yo.
And he had John Stockton and stuff like that.
He had John Stockton. He got buckets and he had a little, But so Allen Iverson, Kobe Bryant.
Those are good ones.
Yeah, Carmelo Anthony. Nobody could stop Melo.
Melo just does everything.
Yeah.
In the paint, out the paint, bully ball, shooter. He moves. So like, I'm never gonna say no when it comes to something like that for him. Ever.
Yeah. There's a lot more bucket getters, but I'm good with that list.
So I saw a question online that says, and this we could expand on this. Game 1 online, who's taking the shot? Kobe, Jordan, or Curry?
Kobe. Oh, Jordan.
Jordan, really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Bruh.
There's no wrong answer, but I see why you didn't pick Curry, to be honest. I feel like when I don't want to say that and be wrong, but I feel like sometimes when the pressure's on, he's missed some of those shots before. But if they're blowing you out, you're gonna lose by 1,000.
Turn around, he gonna shimmy all over you.
He's still one of the greatest, probably the greatest shooter of all time. Whatever, but
he's the best shooter ever.
But I feel like game 1 online, I would have said Kobe, but I'm not mad at Jordan at all.
Nah, Jordan, he is.
Kobe
is Jordan.
Who else would you put in that category with those guys?
Melo.
Okay, that's easy one too.
I'll put LeBron in there too.
Really? I mean,
he's clutch. When he does shoot the ball, when he does shoot
the ball,
when he does shoot it in late game situations, LeBron comes up clutch. I watched that whole Cleveland series. I became a LeBron fan when he went back to Cleveland and won the ring. I liked him then.
Mm-hmm.
I felt the way about him when he left Cleveland and people was like, all this other stuff and went and joined the Miami Heat. I thought those rings were corny. But the biggest disappointment to basketball was Kevin Durant for making that move going to the Golden State Warriors.
Okay. All right, I guess. I mean, here's my thing, right? They needed him also to win those rings.
And I'm going to take...
If he doesn't go to that team, they don't win those rings, bro. People don't say that. They don't win those rings. I don't care. LeBron gets 2 more rings probably.
I don't think so.
Yes, he does.
I don't think so.
Because they're healthy.
Because they had LeBron in them number. Look, they took out Harrison Barnes. And that season they won 70.
He wasn't making them shots.
Hold on. They won 73 games. 73, broke the Bulls record.
But that's what KD. No, that's not.
No, that was before.
That was before. Oh yeah, and they lost.
They won
I'm
73 games. They went 73-9,
and then lost.
It was a great series. They were up 3-1.
That's demoralizing. That's demoralizing.
Again with KD, he was up 3-1 against them. So it's like, bro, that Thunder team that they had was solid too. Steven Adams, Serge Ibaka, Russell Westbrook. Bruh, they had a squad, bro.
They did.
At the end of the day, Cephalosha. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yep. They had defense and offense. They were just too young.
Bro, they wasn't too young. They could have did it. At the end of the day,
You don't think they was too young?
There's no.
Mentally?
No, I'm not talking about the first when they went to the chip. I'm talking about the year they were up 3-1 to go to the chip and lost to the Warriors.
Yeah.
They wasn't too young because the Warriors is the same age. They weren't too young. At the end of the day, Kevin Durant, there's no way you can leave a team that you need one more win to go to the championship, and then you go to the team not only that went to the chip,
but they
that
beat you.
when you were up 3-1 against them. You're always gonna seem like a follower.
Yeah.
And that's why Draymond Green went crazy on him. Like, yo, bro, we don't need you came to us.
They begged him to, man.
But
Come
he-
on.
and he did it.
That's listen, the part.
Facts. But yo,
I agree with you.
If I could add Kevin Durant to a team everybody knew it made the NBA the corniest it ever was. I didn't even watch those seasons. I didn't watch basketball.
It was just not fair.
It wasn't fun.
It wasn't fair. It was fun for them, I'm sure.
To know that your team had all 29 other teams have no shot at winning the championship.
No shot.
And then you see LeBron in that was the worst era of just seeing the same teams keep. No one felt like they had a chance, and nobody really did have a chance, and it was bad for basketball, and that's why the NBA is so big on like, yo, if we gonna give you the super max, duper max to stay on your team, like the super duper max, like you know what I'm saying,
stay on your team.
That you'll get $100 more million by staying here, and people are actually staying. With the exception of Dame, like he had to dip out.
Yeah,
but,
it was time for him.
It was time, and I have no problem. But he's still struggling in Milwaukee. I thought they would have got it together by now. Yeah, but.
So last question, man. I seen this. I want to say I seen KG and Paul Pierce talking about this, right? So, top. Is it? Do I want to say top 5 or do I want to say best signature moves in NBA history?
Okay,
signature moves.
Yeah, like one that just went off. The Steve Smith, the Smitty.
The Smitty. I knew you was gonna say that. The Smitty.
The Smitty was fire. Jamal Crawford, when he bring it over, that was fire.
He never practiced that. He said,
"Yeah,
that just happened."
That
he
was
said,
insane. Like I still can't do it.
It's a story. He said that. I think who was that against? Was it against
the
Hiring?
Bulls. It was what's it? Herring. What's?
I think it was Heinrich.
Heinrich. Yeah, Kurt Heinrich.
So he said that he had played with him.
Underrated player.
Very underrated.
Really
great
good.
shooter.
Yeah.
He said that he played with him before, so he knew about the behind the back. Yeah. So he just wanted to do something different to throw him more balance. So he did the over the head, and that's how that came about. He never practiced that. He said,
Yo, Crawford,
"That's funny that you said that."
Fire signature move. Who used to do that? Like, I like the Chris Paul. He spin the, he go when
that's
he
in
on
the
the fast break. He spin the
that's
joint.
some Park shit.
Yeah. So like I'm talking NBA wise, but Chris Paul, he do that little spin joint, and go.
Dirk Nowitzki.
Dirk, the one leg, one leg,
unstoppable.
So the signature move. So we got Dirk, we got the Chris Paul, we got the Jamal Crawford, and who I said first? The
Smitty,
and then signature move. Got to put my boy AI on there, the crossover.
Oh yeah, he crossed Jordan. That's it. You should be that.
Yeah.
Oh man,
that was
you know what?
fire.
I'm gonna throw in some more questions because I'm curious,
man. Let's get some
I'm curious.
Questions in, man.
I'm curious. Okay. Then where's that? So if you got to throw an alley-oop, which dunker do you choose? And this was hard for me to make this list. I saw this on somebody's page. I tried to switch it up.
You probably won't have one of the guys that I'm gonna throw on there too. I might have.
So we got Sean Kemp.
Okay.
Vince Carter.
Yep.
Dominique Wilkins.
Okay.
Jason Richardson.
I was gonna. You see in alley-oop.
Yeah, I got this from Filet's page, I believe.
DeAndre Jordan.
Oh, okay.
I love so as an alley-oop to throw alley-oop and catching it. DeAndre Jordan, he was him and Blake Griffin.
Yeah, but they got Chris Paul. They had one of the best throwers of the alley-oop, Lob
City.
So
but out of those, Vince Carter.
Okay, yeah, that's
Carter throwing them live. Vince might go through the legs.
Even if you would have
like
said Sean Kemp, but Vince Carter for sure is an easy one.
Sean Kemp was more of a
Just a dunker in general,
But
yeah.
I didn't, he caught the one little alley-oop that they always show him hanging and swinging from the rim and everything. But Gary Payton wasn't good at throwing alley-oops.
So that probably
I
could have
don't think he
limited
was
him.
that good at throwing alley-oops. He's more of a little point guard. But
All right, cool. So this is the real last question. Then I had it written down. Best duos of all time. So you got
Best
Kobe and
duos.
Shaq.
okay, got Pippen and Jordan, Mike Jordan and Pippen.
You know what I mean? KD and Steph. I know you don't want to say
Kobe and
that.
Shaq, KD. Oh, KD and Steph. They was really good.
That's really good. Karl Malone and
John Stockton.
They got some good ones.
So we gonna rank them?
Give me 5. Fuck it. Give me 5.
Karl Malone, John Stockton.
Okay.
You got Karl Malone, John Stockton. You got Pippen and Jordan, Pippen, Shaq and Kobe, Bird and McHale.
Okay.
Bird and McHale.
Got Shaq and Penny too. You can't say that one, but
Yeah,
that was
Shaq
dope.
and Penny. It wasn't long enough, man.
It wasn't, but it was something special.
And you also had J Kidd and Vince Carter when he played with
Okay.
the Nets.
Damn, J Kidd had a few too.
Yeah, he had J Kidd and
J Kidd, Nash and
Nash and
Amari
Stoudemire.
Stoudemire.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
These duos were really duos. I like the duos.
I
more
guess
than
you could
the
say
threes.
Chauncey and Melo.
Chauncey and Melo. It wasn't long enough.
It wasn't
You know what
long
I'm saying?
enough, but it's
But Chauncey and
2K,
Melo,
boy.
Yep. Chauncey and Melo, and then you had Chauncey and Rip Hamilton. You know what I mean?
Okay.
That was a nice little duo.
Okay.
Backcourt.
I mean, they beat the Lakers that year. I was
so,
fucking tight as shit.
That was crazy. And one more. Let me go to archives real quick. You know what I'm saying? Even yeah. Oh, this is one you probably never think of. And he had too. It was Mike Bibby and Chris Webber. Mike Bibby and Chris
that's a
Webber.
great one.
That was great.
Chris Webber was kicking niggas' ass. That Sacramento
White
team.
And White Chocolate and Chris Webber, C Webb. So those are a couple of duos that was kind of doing it dope. And I'm trying to think of one more, but yeah, those are
some really good
solid,
duos, man.
duos. You can play it back and we kind of go through that.
Yeah, because as soon as we get off, the cameras cut. I'm gonna think of so much more shit, man.
Yeah, Sean Kemp and Gary Payton. That was
of
a nice
course.
duo.
That's another one too.
You know what I'm
There's
saying?
so many more that came before them though.
Yeah. Magic Johnson and Kareem.
And Kareem,
Abdul-Jabbar.
of course. That's another one.
That was a nice duo, man. Nice duo. I said Bird, McHale, and
Even if you want to put I guess AD and LeBron that first year.
hell no.
Oh, what about LeBron and D Wade? Yeah.
No.
Oh, cut it out, man. When they was they was hell. They was a nightmare to defend, bro. They was a nightmare to defend.
But they were big three.
Look, I'm just saying, we talking about duos. I'm just saying.
That's a big three. We can't throw it. Yeah,
so look, we're going to do
Chris Bond.
trios next time.
Okay.
The way the NBA set up.
Okay.
Look, hey, Swole, man, thank you for coming through,
Yes, sir.
man. I love this episode, man. I think this is going to translate great on camera. Just to recap, definitely check out our first episode.
Yeah.
If you didn't make the first event that he had, we got the one for the kids that's coming soon on the 25th. The celebrity charity game is coming up in John.
The celebrity charity basketball game, the 8th annual.
I was about to fuck it up.
It's the Ballin' for Peace celebrity
yeah.
charity basketball game at John Jay College.
There you go.
Yeah,
there you go. Talk about a
Yes,
tongue twister. That's coming up. That's gonna be crazy. You're gonna see some celebrities in there. You know what I mean? It's gonna be a good time. It's summertime. It's on a Saturday. Please pull up.
Yes,
Come
sir.
and see history in the making.
100%.
Tell them where they can find you at, man. Sign us
you
out.
can find me at H20. You can also find me at Ballin' for Peace, BALLIN, the number 4 in the word peace. Go to ballinforpeace.org for your tickets. We are June 15th, our 8th annual celebrity charity basketball game is going down John Jay College. Get your tickets now. We have early bird tickets, only $20. And we also have our $100 VIP seating, skybox. We always like to try to throw a little extra in there. So shout out to...